Up next on the Test the Plaid channel. We're rolling into Bradenton Motorsports. This Firebird looks familiar. How's it going, Barry?
Yep.
Good, good. How's the car running?
Don't know yet.
Yeah? Haven't made any passes this week? Not since a couple weeks ago?
No.
Well, get a test pass in, and if it looks good, let's make a pass together.
Okay.
Cool. I'll be up near the front of lane 4 probably.
All right.
Cool. I'll see you guys. Bradenton Motorsports, January 8th, 2022. Probably have over 200 cars here tonight, but they do cut it off at 200 drivers. So a lot of McLarens out here tonight. 2 green ones, gray one. I haven't seen anything run over about 135 miles an hour though. All right, we're having a roll race grudge match against Barry and his Firebird. This is a car we raced out at Showtime a couple weeks ago, and he was running 590s. He's definitely a faster car, but I think I've got more top end than him, so I should be able to take him in a roll race. We're lining up with Barry's Firebird. Roll race this time. We are just in plaid mode on this one. I think we had a decent start, but in the roll racing event here, it's just about mile an hour. It's not about who crosses the finish line first. And I don't think he's got top end that approaches 150. I think he might be 140-ish. We'll find out here on the ticket in a minute. Hi there.
Hey.
Thank you very much. All right, on that pass against the Firebird, I ran just under 150, and he ran just under 145. So almost 5 miles an hour between us. According to this ticket, we left pretty close. 5519 and 5509 means we were just 1/100th of a second from each other as we crossed that starting line. So that's a pretty good clean start, right side by side. We were running just plaid mode for that pass. I find the car does better in plaid for roll racing. I expected to cross 150 miles an hour, but probably just as well that we didn't. We don't want to draw any unnecessary attention since we don't have a roll cage or a parachute. We haven't confirmed what the rules are at this track here now for 2022. Fun race. That was a pretty close run. I haven't seen anybody else running in the 140s out here tonight, so.
Yeah, I spun a little bit when I first got on it.
Yeah.
It didn't spin for long, and then it hooked up. It turned out pretty good after that.
It looked like we left really close according to the ticket. It said we were 1/100th apart crossing that the start line. So I mean, that doesn't tell us how much we were each on it, but at least we crossed the start line together, which was good. So yeah, like 145 to 150 pretty much between the cars. Did you expect yours to trap much higher, or is that about what you expected?
In the quarter mile, it'll usually go 140-ish. So I didn't know what it would do roll racing, because I've never done that before.
Yeah. My car usually traps within 1-2 mile an hour. It's really not that much. People think like, you know, if you're crossing the start line at 30 miles an hour, it should be 30 miles an hour more.
No.
But it's just, as you
have
know,
less time to accelerate because you're already going so fast.
Exactly. And it's really like only adding, you know, 100 feet at the end. And how much faster can you go, you know, in an extra 100 feet, you know, a couple mile an hour, once you're already going 150. So, yeah, fun race, man. Anything different with the car, or same setup as last time we raced?
Similar. Put it on methanol.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty big difference. Did the same carburetor then, or did you have to swap
Half
that
of
out?
it's the same.
Okay.
Change the meter blocks.
Okay. And do you have to change the jets? I mean, was it it's like a Holly 1050 if I remember?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. Cool. So the jets and the metering block, and otherwise about the same?
Yeah.
Cool. And obviously the same rubber that you were running the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. It was a fun race. You gave me a better race than...
We ran it on alcohol once before.
Okay.
Before he did front end changes, and it stood around the back bumper.
Oh yeah?
It was like this.
Yeah?
Every pass.
Did you hurt the suspension when you came down?
No, it comes down pretty soft. I know not to let out of it.
Yeah.
Got to ride it out.
You think about putting a bar in the back, or?
I changed the front springs in it, which calmed it down a lot.
Okay.
So I'm hoping it won't be as violent tonight as it was then.
Cool.
So we'll find out later.
Yeah. And if you want to...
8 o'clock is our shoot time for drag racing.
And your car, 60 foot's like it's shot out of a cannon. So you still have a chance of beating me on a quarter-mile drag race.
It should technically be even quicker in the 60 foot as long as the track is clear.
And this track is good on the prep, as you probably know. So yeah, should we do a drag later then?
Sure.
Absolutely. Cool. I'll look for you in I think about 2 hours. So yeah, I'll look for you once they switch it over.
All right.
Cool. Thanks for the run, man.
Cool.
We have a Porsche Taycan 4S out here tonight. It just did a roll race pass, 117 miles an hour. So that's more than 30 miles an hour slower than the Tesla. That's not going to be very competitive. We'll pass on that race. This McLaren was running 130s. Not many 140 to 160 mile an hour cars out here tonight. They all seem to be under 140 or over 160. The only exception so far has been that Firebird that we just raced. So they're going to swap over to drag racing pretty soon. All right, you can hear that Firebird coming. Remember, this Firebird was 60 footing in the 120s. Like it shot out of a cannon. So I fully expect you to get out on me, especially if it has a good tree. And then I'm gonna have to catch him and pass him. We've got a quarter mile to do it within. I can't catch him in the 8th when he's running 590s. But in the quarter mile, I think I'll have enough real estate to catch him. Maybe. We'll see. Should be one of our closest races in a long time here. All right, we got 3 grudge races set up. These are 2 of the cars. We got Doug's Redeye Charger. He's over 900 horsepower to the wheels after he's made a number of mods. And he's on Mickey Thompson ET Street R's 305 on a beadlock wheel. And this is going to be going deep into the 9s tonight. But first we're going to race Barry's Firebird. This is a 5-second 1/8 mile car. And he just did 145 in the quarter mile on a roll race. So we're expecting this to be a very competitive race. He's 60 foots in the 120s and he's gonna launch way out on us. So we've got to catch up to him here in the quarter mile. Little higher top end will help us, but if he gets too far out on us, we won't be able to catch him. All right, we're drag strip mode, peak performance ready, and we've got a real race here. This Firebird is fast. He's probably going to run a very low 9-second pass at 145 miles an hour. We're going to be running a full tree on this, so hopefully we'll have a chance to get it into launch control.
Andrew with the Tesla Plaid. He's lining up against that 3rd Gen Firebird.
All right, we need a good reaction. We need everything we can get on this. We know he's going to launch out on us. With that incredible 60-foot that car's got. Whoa! I gotta crank this up now. Oh, shoot! Reaction really sucked on that. I could tell. Thankfully it didn't cost us the race. Obviously he had to get out of it to get his car settled again. He had a 130 60 foot doing that wheelie. That was a cool race. That was so much fun. Hey there. Thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing his half of the ticket. We ran a 931 at 147.2 miles an hour. I'm glad we didn't exceed 150. My reaction time 0.153. Maybe not as bad as I thought, but I'm generally good for under a 1/10 of a second. Thankfully it didn't cost me the race. I saw he had a 130 60 foot. I had a 148. I got to the 330 in less than 4 seconds flat. That's quarter track out here. 398. And that was a 6:03 eighth mile, which is a dang good eighth mile. Remember, we're back on the Pirelli P Zeros tonight, and we got a really well prepped track. So if I'd have had the Nittos on, I'd have probably ran a 6:08 at the eighth mile, like I've been doing at Showtime the last 3-4 weeks that we've had the Nittos on there. And we're doing only 118.8 at the eighth mile, 147 trap speed. Let's get a look at the other time slip.
That didn't go as planned.
I saw that.
We didn't hit the back bumper that time.
You know, I have to keep my eyes on my lane, but I could not miss that. Especially because you were out on me. Woo. My reaction was not spectacular, but you know, if you hadn't had it, you had to get out of it to settle it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what I took you by in the end. I'll have to do the math on it because I don't think they're printing the
Usually
the
I
margin.
can ease out of it.
Yeah.
I let completely out of it.
How'd your slip look otherwise? I mean, you had a 130 60 foot.
It was terrible. The whole thing was terrible. I only ran 970 until I had to get out of it.
You were out that much. So with my 0.15 reaction, I was 948 to the end of the track with reaction. And if you were 970, then that would have been 2 cars even before your reaction. But your reaction was good.
Yeah, it's red.
Oh, you were red. I didn't realize you were red.
Depending upon where I let out, the 030 could have possibly even been with the back tires.
Yeah, nuts.
It only went 624 and it should have been somewhere in the 580.
Sorry, what was the eighth mile, 18?
624.
Oh yeah, you're good for 3 tenths more than that. So
yeah,
or 3 to 4 tenths more. So you'd have been like a 930 to
yeah, it should have been somewhere in the 30s at least.
Yeah.
The last time I was down here, it went 37.
Yeah.
And that was on E85.
So I was 931 on that.
So,
but you know, obviously my reaction wasn't great. But
they would have been super close if I
it would have been super close.
If I had to get out of it.
Super close. If you're still around after I've raced those other cars and you're making another pass, maybe we'll try it again.
Yeah, I'll turn it down.
Yeah, to keep it down.
Yeah.
Can I get a picture of your time slip?
Sure, no problem.
Thanks, Raceberry.
No problem.
Next on the Tesla Plaid channel. Second drag race tonight, we're going to be running my buddy Mike's Redeye Challenger. He just switched over to E85, new injectors, and he's running over 900 horse to the wheels, running deep into the nines. I've run this Redeye Charger before, but he's made a number of changes. He's on E85 now, different pulleys, injectors, etc. He's got 970 horsepower at the wheel.